How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to be trying out a deck in the PvP event, which is something that is basically steamrolling a bunch of other decks because of how fast it gets done, but also the randomness in it as well is going to be a little bit of a con. But today's deck we're going to be looking at is going to be the Marowak deck with a Sand Slash, because Sand Slash, funny enough, has pretty good damage for a stage 2. 100 HP, 70 damage, pretty nice. Same thing with Marowak. Marowak has 140 HP with the chance of doing 160. Of course, that 160 can definitely one-shot anything in the game, especially if they are going to be going against, I think, Psychic types, which take the extra 20, which is 180. And that's going to do quite some damage if they both get hit by those coins. And of course, we're rocking the usuals: Giovanni, Sabrina, Professor's Research, Pokeball, XPs, potions, and we're going to be relying on these guys here. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to be looking at when it comes to these matches. I'm kind of excited to use this deck for the most part, just because I know the RNG aspect is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt, especially when my luck with Misties aren't the best in the world. But looking at a lot of the teams out right now, like the Lightning deck, which is rampant, the Water deck, which is rampant, the Psychic deck as well, these are all pretty big hitters in the game at the current moment. And looking at realistically the Pokemon we're going to be using, like Marowak and Sand Slash, you're going to be doing quite a bit of damage for these lower health decks. So having the opportunity to be able to one-shot multiple times with Marowak is really nice. And he's going to be using a Dragonite deck, which is very scary. If your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it, this attack does 60 more damage. Oh wow, that's actually a kind of a crazy card realistically. We are going to be using the Pokeball, hoping for a Cubone to start off with our Marowak, and we get another Sand Slash, which that's funny. Let's go ahead and rock the Professor's Research as well, which we are going to get the Cubone. That's really good. And we're going to go ahead and put the card in for the Sand Slash. I do want to see real quick if your opponent's active Pokemon has damage on it. So what we're going to do is we are going to give the energy to the Sand Shrew. That way we can attack and hopefully get that extra energy in, so that when Sand Slash comes into play, they're able to start doing 70 damage. And that's pretty big realistically. 270s is 140. A lot of Pokemon early on are not going to have that 140 available to them. So we are going to hope that we can get a Sand Slash very soon, because if not, yeah, that Brustix is going to be able to like dang near one-shot us, which is going to be very scary. He is trying to stall us out with the Snoms in the back, evolving them in. And funny enough, we did end up getting the Sand Slash very early. So this is actually really good for us. We are going to give the Sand Slash the extra energy. And we are going to Giovanni as well, because the Giovanni is going to allow us to one-shot this Brustix, which is really, really good. We are going to be able to stop him from using his backline, and we're going to start whittling them down before he gets to Dratini or Dragonair, which is going to give him to Dragonite. And we know we want to stop that Dragonite because that dude can do some nasty damage. And we can start one-shotting all these guys too. If he doesn't have the evolutions, we're looking pretty good for the most part. But I'm going to assume he's either going to have one of the evolutions, or he's going to pull one right now, or he's going to get the Dragonair. The good thing is that he hasn't built up his Pokemon either way, except for the one in the backline that does have the energy. But realistically, his Dragonite needs a lot, so he is going to be looking for quite a bit for these guys to be done. And he is hoping that he is going to be stunning me for quite some time, because right now he hasn't built any energy on his Dragonair, which is going to take him some time. But he is going to hope for this Asleep to hit, and he's going to hope that I don't roll the heads, which hopefully I do. That would be really funny. But right now, there is no way to actively heal your Pokemon for this. And looks like we will be staying asleep, which does suck. One thing that would be really nice is if we get a Marowak, and we did. This is going to be really good for us. This is going to hurt bad if we are able to do anything about it. I'm going to go ahead and give the potion to him. We're also going to give the potion to Sand Slash. That way we can prolong our health a little bit. And we're just going to have to wait and see what happens realistically. There's not really much else we can do. We can't retreat or anything like that, and I'm still asleep, which, funny enough, this is just my luck. That RNG deck with the RNG check is just not the best thing in the world for me. I'm constantly at the mercy of odds to try and wake up and also get damage off. So yeah, we're pretty much in a bad situation. It's funny to see what we're going to be looking at. He is now building out his Dragonite, which is fully online right now. And funny enough, it'd be cool if our Marowak could go against the Dragonite very soon, because it would be funny to be able to show the power of what Marowak is able to do. And of course, I fall asleep again. Ah, they are messing with my emotions right now. This sucks. I can't do anything about it. That's the thing that sucks about it. I've missed the check twice, and I might very well lose because of this. He is gonna have the chance to. He is gonna have the chance to be able to give the energy to the Dragonite, getting him even closer. And the thing that sucks is that because I'm getting put to sleep every single turn and haven't been able to wake up, I haven't been able to do damage to his Frostmoth, so I haven't been able to force his hand at any of these other Pokemon in the back line. So we are just in a really bad spot, and it really does suck. I kind of don't see the point realistically of the wake up check at the end, just because I know that keeps me asleep, but realistically well, they could switch off and do some extra stuff. I don't know. It just sucks having to deal with this multiple times. But we finally get to go into Marowak. We might be able to one-shot this guy with Marowak, which is the intention of this deck today. Hopefully that's the case. We can one-shot with Giovanni, which is going to be very interesting. We are going to go ahead and bring out the energy for the Cubone. We're going to Giovanni so we can guarantee a one-shot. And hopefully we land one of these coins. That's all I'm asking. Because if we don't, I'm going to be upset. That is one. There you go. That is a one-shot for Marowak, which is beautiful. 90 damage. Holy. Now, what we're hoping for is that one of these guys, because he has to send out the Dragonite, because if he doesn't, I one-shot regardless, for the most part. He can bring out the Brussix, and I might not be able to one-shot because I don't have another Giovanni. I think I used both already, and I have. So he can do that to stall out if he wanted to. He does it, and he does it. So now we're in a situation similar to Dragonite. We have one free turn at the current moment before Dragonite is fully online. And he puts me in the same situation regardless. I do have to land both coins to be able to do the right amount of damage to finish him off. So right now we are in a sticky situation because we have no more Giovannis. So that means the potential to one-shot him with one coin is gone. So we do have to be lucky and get both coins done. We are going to go ahead, throw that energy onto Marowak again. So we have two Marowaks online. He still hasn't built out his energy for his Dragonite. He's been busy dealing with everything else. He's also building towards this Snom back here. So what we're hoping for is a double 160, please. That's one. And of course I don't get it. Of course. So this is going to be 10 HP on him. He's most likely going to switch out very, very soon. This is upsetting that we didn't get the second coin. That's the little problem with this deck. It is very strong against the majority of the decks in the game right now because it does so much damage so early, a property of why Pikachu is able to be so strong. This deck has the same ability. The problem with this deck is that the cost of being a really early killer or having a lot of damage early on, a lot of these Pokemon have a lot lower health. And not only that, they also have the, what is he doing? Oh, he's going to retreat into the, what is it called? The one back here, the Frostmoth. So now we have to be in the same situation. Are we able to one-shot him with the double coins? That is the biggest scenario right now as well. This also, when it comes to this deck, is also energy efficient the same exact way that the lightning deck is. So that's the cool part. But again, like I said, oh, we got both. Nice. That's the 160 Marowak hit, and we win the game. That is really cool. That is the power of this deck, being able to get a lot of damage early on, but of course at the expense of RNG. While the Pikachu deck doesn't have to do with RNG, so that's why that deck is a lot better. But if you can get this one going early and you can get those coin flips really quickly, and we could have won this match way faster if we didn't get put to sleep 10,000 times, we would have been in the clear. But this deck realistically is a really nice one. Again, at the mercy of RNG, but it does come online very quickly. To the same extent as the Pikachu deck, but like again, they don't have to do what RNG, you do. But for the most part, if you get Marowak online, if you get Sandslash online very early, you are able to start one-shotting or do massive damage very early on. We are going to go ahead and throw that Sandshoe up, and then we are going to throw Cubone in as well. Sandshoe has quite a bit of health for a stage 1 as well, so that's a really good thing for this deck. We do have a Sandslash and a Marowak automatically, and speaking of Pikachu decks, here we go automatically. I don't remember who has the first one, but the great thing about this, and I was wrong, it wasn't Psychic. It was Electric that we are countering. So this is a really good thing to go against Pikachu decks early on, which is really cool. We are going to do 30 damage outright. And to be honest, if we start building on our Sand Slash, we are able to one-shot this Pikachu very early on, especially with us being able to attack first. And it looks like he's going to switch out to his Voltorb. That is what he's going to do. He's probably going to Electrode in. But we might, if we don't get Professor's Research, which we do. Dang, this hurts a little bit. Just because I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do here. We can start doing damage to Pikachu, which I think I'm going to force right now. I think we'll take the expense of the Professor's Research because we already have Marowak and Sand Slash. So we don't need to search for cards specifically. We can just go ahead and start doing damage to his Pikachu. We are getting a free 30 damage outright with Sandshrew. And as soon as we get going with the Sand Slash, we also get that extra damage as well. That's 70 plus an extra 20. That is 90. And that should be a one-shot. So we are looking at a kill onto the Pikachu and that is if he doesn't switch out, which most likely he will. This will have to waste another X speed, which would be really funny because then he would have no more for the rest of the game. And this is a very low cost retreat team. So that is one thing to worry about, but we'll have to wait and see how that stands because he does have to waste quite a bit of energy to work around that. So we're gonna have to see how that happens. He is gonna go ahead and put the energy on Pikachu, and it seems like he's gonna heal. So let's see what he does. He leaves the Pokemon on field. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put the energy on Sandshrew. Going ahead and put the Sand Slash out there. We have the Marowak as well. We do 70 plus the 20. Okay. So it looks like even with Giovanni, we don't kill. Because that's 70 to 80. That's 100. He would have 10 health left over. I think that'd be a little bit of a waste. So what we are going to do is we are going to Professor's Research to get some extra cards going, put the Cubone in the back line, and we are just gonna go ahead and do some damage. He does have to make a quick decision right now whether it is to waste another X speed or to waste an energy, because he is able to do 60 damage to me right now. Could do 90, but is not gonna kill unless he has a Giovanni, which is, yep, there you go. He knew right there that he was in a really bad spot. That's the good thing about this deck. You are able to counter one of the best decks in the game at the current moment, which is really nice. But again, as I must say multiple times throughout this video, you have a high chance of losing games because of RNG. Thankfully enough, we haven't had that chance. I know I got slept a lot the early matches. The second match went really well with our game plan. Sand Slash did really well. Marowak was in the back line getting energy already. We had a pretty good setup, and especially going against one of the better decks in the game, which is why Marowak is so good, because you are able to stop a lot of game plans very early. We are going to immediately have a really good hand with having Cubone and Sand Slash again with the Professor's Research. We are going second once again, so that's even better. I'm not gonna lie. Having that second turn is really strong for this deck because Sandshrew is able to get online really quickly with having that extra energy, and not only that, being able to possibly go into Sand Slash and doing that 70 damage outright, which you are able to do a total of 80 if you hit both hits. So yeah, you get a lot of damage out very quickly. We are going to be going against a water deck. Oh, and a Coughing. Okay, so I see where this deck is already going. Good thing Coughing is weak to us, and Coughing has relatively low HP as well. So we are looking pretty good. The one scary thing about this deck is that it is going to be a stalling deck with Greninja. And Coughing, of course, is going to be annoying with Koga. So we are going to have to worry about quite a bit of things here. We also are going to be working on a Marowak immediately because we don't have a Sand Slash, so I can't really do much about it. Watch us get one right now. We did not get one, so I ended up making the right call. We are just going to go ahead and work onto the Marowak. Hopefully getting X speed, hopefully getting another Professor's Research. That would be really cool. If not, I would take Sand Slash right now, so that wouldn't be too bad. We are going to see a Weezing come in, 110, but because we do have Marowak, we also have a chance to do some crazy damage. We also have Giovanni with us as well. We have a full back line, really nice to see. We can go ahead and start evolving these guys, which is perfect. That's one, that is two. And now let's go ahead and start with the energy on the Marowak. And then we can end turn right now. We currently don't have to worry too much on what's happening. He hasn't evolved any of his Pokemon. And I think even if he does, we should be able to one-shot relatively quickly. he has quite a bit of variety in this deck. I'm not gonna lie. 2 Froakies, 1 Meowth, 1 Coughing. We have the chance to be able to one-shot that Coughing relatively easily. He is gonna get that draw card, which is gonna be annoying because that gives him an easier chance to get a Koga, which is gonna start his game plan of stalling or to be able to evolve into whatever he needs his Froakies to evolve into. So that is a little scary to look at, but we are guaranteed the one-shot most likely from this game. So sadly we didn't get an X speed, so I didn't have to waste the energy here, but we are going to go ahead and retreat with this Marowak, and all we need is 1 coin. We have a possibility of not getting any, so that is the scary part, but we should be fine. Hopefully getting 1 coin at least, and we get the 1 coin easy, and that is a 2 coin 160 damage. Let's go. Boom. Easy into 180 actually, which is a one-shot to I think every Pokemon in this game. This deck is strong. It really is. Sandslash is very consistent, low energy, low cost. Marowak is a 1 retreat cost as well. So yeah, you have a lot of stuff going for you. This is a little scary for him to be able to throw out his Weezing like this in front of me. Of course, not an EX card, so not really the worst thing in the world, but he is trying to play into his Greninja game, which is why he put out his Weezing instead of the Froakies, because of course you want to go ahead and give out as much as you can. He's going to go ahead and put the poison on us and probably end his turn for the most part, which understandable. We do get another potion. We are going to work towards this other Marowak we have in the back line so that we have 2 ready, and realistically we can do, let's see, if we do Giovanni, that would be a 90 plus. Oh, that would be a one-shot if we get the 1 coin. We just need 1 coin, so hopefully we get that 1 coin. Please. Oh my god, of course. But does it still do 10 damage? Oh, it does none no matter what. Oh, that sucks. Of course, at the mercy of RNG, we could have one-shot, but that's just not how the game intended us to play, sadly. He still has to work towards his Greninja game plan, which is a great thing, and he has quite a bit of cards in his hand. Holy crap. I'm assuming he does have 1 evolution. There's no way he's just this unlucky to not have 1 evolution in his hand, especially with only 3 cards in his deck. There's no way he doesn't have an evolution for Froakie. He must have the worst hand known to man. Holy crap. We are gonna try again. Oh, he conceded, of course. Like, there was not really much he could do. He got really unlucky with that one. I'm not surprised, and this was honestly a really fun deck to play. We got to show how much damage we're able to do. A lot of people really can't do much wrong with this deck because of how strong it is. Like, again, like I said, Sandslash and Marowak are just 2 really good Pokemon. One with high health and the other with high damage. Slash is 70 plus the 10 that you use with Sandshrew when he starts attacking. Really good starting card because you're getting that really quick damage in and having that really quick 100 HP, which not many Pokemon by the time you get into Sandslash can do outright. And same thing for Marowak. Marowak has a chance to do 160 damage. Of course, for how much damage he's able to do, this does depend on RNG at the end. And of course, having the basics with the potions, the XPs, the Pokeball, the researches, the Giovannis and Sabrinas, you have a lot of outplay in this deck. And with how simple this deck is, it's crazy enough that people don't use it as much. Just because right now we've been seeing so much Mewtwo, so much Pikachu, so much water decks. And this deck does a really good job at countering all of them. This can one-shot Starmie, this can one-shot Mewtwo, this can one-shot all of the Lightning deck. It's just a really good counter to a lot of these really good PvP decks that are in the game right now. Being able to counter Electric, being able to counter Psychic, and also doing a crap ton of damage to water, making it really hard for them to do their game plan. This is the meta disruptor deck for the most part. A lot of people aren't running this deck, of course, because they're really loving the really quick playstyle of Pikachu, the amount of damage you do with Mewtwo, and also how fast it gets up and running with the water deck with Misty. That a lot of people are forgetting about the fighting deck and how absolutely insane this deck can be, of course, if you roll all your coins the right way. So yeah, this deck is really good. Try this deck out with the Sandshrew and Sandslashes, with the Cubones and Marowaks, and all the items with the 2 potions, 2 XPs, 2 Pokeballs, 2 Oaks, 2 Giovannis, and 2 Sabrinas. So other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you use this deck because it's really freaking good if you haven't already finished the PvP event. But that, thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one, and peace.